Hey, I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jenny.
And you're listening to the Super
Wonderful Podcast.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Super Wonderful Podcast. How's it going, Miss Jenny?
Oh, we're trucking right along.
I like that trucking. I see you have Invisalign.
Yeah, it's horrible. I hate it so bad.
How far into it are you, though?
This is week 6.
Okay, out of 17?
Yeah.
You're close. I mean, I'm optimistic. I'm like, you're almost done.
Yeah, it's like more than 2 months to go. That feels terrible.
How long did your sister have to wear it?
10 months.
Oh, but that's still not bad.
And they wanted her to do more, and she said, "No, I like where it's at. It's fine. I don't want to just keep doing this."
All done. Yeah. I'll do it soon, but not today.
Yeah, she wasn't as strict about it as me. Like, I'm more type A than her, So, like, all the things you have to do, you have to take it off. I almost lost it on a Reddit because I go on a Reddit and I'm like, is this kind of weird for people with sensory issues? And, like, there were so many upvotes for, I'm autistic. I stopped after 3 days. Like, I hated it.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Most of them stopped within the first week. It's like, okay, just want to make sure that this is a normal amount of annoying. And I need to just keep going because it's so expensive that you don't want to, like, once you're in, you're like, gosh, I just got to see it through. But a lot of them, one lady, the thing that made me insane, she was like, finally done, and showed her good teeth after everything was done. She said, I'm so happy that I don't have to eat with retainers in and then clean them after. And I was like, girl, you're supposed to take those retainers off. And I said under it, I said, I was told to take my retainers off and clean my teeth before I put them back on. And I started getting upvotes immediately.
Okay,
like
good.
There were so many people in the queue, like, why would you, what in the why?
Yeah. All of that's wrong. All of it is wrong.
The fact that she never even thought to, like, ask or Google that. Like, is everybody having a hard time chewing with Invisalign on?
It would be like, I'm trying to remember when I had braces as like a teenager and wore a retainer. I can't imagine eating the retainer.
It's weird. It's very weird. Like, it's a weird thing to do. And like, what were you, what is happening?
Into a steak.
Yeah, that one who was with you goes, aren't you supposed to take this off?
They all just, I'm going to say something you're not going to like. Did they just like feed her delusion like Jennifer Lopez singing live right now? She's kind of getting dragged. I'm so sorry.
I mean, like, look, she's not Barbara Streisand. She's really hot.
First of all, I love the internet, but I don't like the internet when it's just bullying people. Even if those people have a ton of money, it's still not nice.
It's not good. Yeah.
And, but all the positive comments are like, but her body looks amazing.
Yeah, the body is tea. Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, I mean, like, here's the way that I see it. Like, people who know I love J-Lo, they love to be like, you've heard she's a bitch. I'm like, yeah, that makes me like her more.
Bitches
I don't
get stuff
know why.
done.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's like if she was like a mogul, and any guy who's a mogul, you hear them talk to people, they're in charge. They're doing that same stuff. Like, I don't even care that she did it. Yeah. She barely speaks to people who are bringing her food. Okay. Like, when I was serving in LA, it was nice if they acknowledged me and did whatever, but like, Arnold Schwarzenegger was very nice and very chaotic, but he didn't like take the time to have a conversation with me. I was seating him at his table.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like that's the time to like really connect. Like, if you actually like respect that person, you give them that space. And I know that that's coming from a place where I've been around a lot of celebrity. So I've heard kind of how it feels from their side to just constantly have to be on. So there's like a sympathy I have for that. That's a different level. You know what I mean? I remember dating one celebrity, and we were coming out of the ArcLight, and we had just broken up. Because he told me he had met the woman he was going to marry. And I was like,
at the ArcLight? Not that he met her at the ArcLight. So
no.
Getting popcorn.
He had just got back from filming on location. And he met her filming on location. She was a teacher. And he was just kind of like, I met the woman I'm going to marry. And I'm going to really miss what we have. But this is something very, very serious. And I'm just sitting there like, what is wrong with you? Like, we were dating. Like, I was invested. Like, this is so weird to casually tell me that. And he told me, because I texted my friend and said, I need to meet up for a drink after this. Like, this date is not going to be a date. Like, this is a breakup. And I need a drink. And he said, we walked out of the movie and I was just like a zombie. And we pulled over to the side and he was like, I don't appreciate you texting whoever that was to get a drink after we're done here. You don't know how hard this is going to be for me because our physical connection is the best one I've ever had. And saying goodbye to that is really hard. I'm trying to do what's right for my future. And I go, are you fucking kidding? Tears. I had a meltdown. I was like, I was like in love with you. Are you out of your mind? I should feel sorry for you because I'm not going to you anymore. Like, shut the fuck up. And someone comes over and goes, hi. And it's my back and it's his. And he goes, not the time. And and she goes, I just wanted to say, and he goes, and I turn around, mascara.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. And she left. But it was just like, at any moment, they could be doing something like that.
Exactly.
That could be that day. And you're like, can I have a picture? He even said, as we were walking to the car, because we drove there together, I had to drive him back to his place. And I'm going to my car and the wind is blowing. Because you know how the arc lights like that wind tunnel?
Yes.
So the wind is blowing all through my hair and I have like soft
Beautiful.
tears
Oh
falling.
my gosh.
And he looked at me and he goes, God, you look so beautiful right now. And I was like, oh, do I? Thank you.
Oh my God.
It's just like, that has to be like, I've had a lot of weird breakups. That one was the worst breakup I've ever had in my whole life, bar none. That was the worst breakup.
Oh my God. Learning a lot about Jennifer Winger. Speaking of learning a lot about people, today's special episode is our Q&A episode.
Yeah.
Trumpet.
So that was my own question. What's the worst breakup I've ever had? I just needed to get it off my chest.
Okay. Let's dive on in.
Okay.
I'm going to mess up names because sometimes they're usernames.
Yeah.
But I know his name is Dale. Dale Keeter 7369 on YouTube says, this was after our podcast where we were talking about stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
And you were doing some martial arts at the beginning. And I said, I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. So he asks, did you take any safety precautions during your performances? Like, do you know where the exits are? Did you have to use Taekwondo? Or do something, I didn't look it up because I wanted to see if you knew it, called Dead Man Switch?
I don't know Dead Man Switch, but I do know that I'm a woman. So we are aware of where the exits are always.
Always. And I'm sure this generation more like, so Z and Alpha know more than us, but we were Columbine. So you always kind of have to know, since you're in school, like, oh, if there's an active shooter, like, what do you do? Where do you go? How do you barricade? So that part is just all the time, right?
Yeah. And also we were teenagers for 9/11. So like, I'm looking at anyone with like a backpack and I'm like, are they going to blow us up? Like, it was a weird feeling.
Yeah, we're built differently as elder millennials. We're just built differently. You can't bring backpacks to high school, I think, anymore.
Oh, really?
Don't let you.
Oh, wow. Because that was like when you would go back to school, you would pick a new backpack. Yeah.
Anyway, so we did know that. I never had to fight anybody. I never felt like I was in danger. I don't think when we did stand up. We always had Ken with us, or I don't know.
I was kind of the danger because I was the cannon.
I was afraid of you.
Yeah. It was always a little scary if I started drinking. Like we went to that club that one time and I almost broke that girl's arm for spilling a drink on you.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I still think about that.
It makes me laugh so much because it's like so far from anything I would do now. Like I would
I don't
we're
know. I could see it just like a sleeper agent reactivating if somebody hurt a friend of yours.
a friend of mine, yeah. I guess
Like,
that's true. Like it was just like you can bump us all day, like we're bumping on the floor, but the moment you like bump her and pour a drink on
purposefully
her,
spilled a drink all down my back.
and you think you're getting out. I remember I told her, I said, "You need to leave now, and I'm giving you a 10-second head start. But I will catch you if you don't keep moving." And I'm going to beat your ass. So I have a question. This one's for you.
Oh yeah.
Soto Leah says, how many languages do you speak?
1.5.
You speak French.
I do okay. I'm a French major. I got my degree in French. I got accepted to UCLA to keep studying French. I thought maybe I would be a teacher. And then my husband got a job in Orlando for Universal Studios, and we relocated, and I couldn't go to school anymore. But I still tutor sometimes. I speak French to my girls. They understand manger, which is to eat. That's about it. So if I asked my daughter, like, qu'est-ce que tu manges? She'd be like, a hot dog. You know, she answers in English. Like, what are you eating?
That's great.
So that's it. But that's it. But I love it. I would love to go back and really become fluent. But I think you kind of have to live there. Okay.
But you did for a minute. You went there and studied there. So that's good. That was immersive.
It was immersive. Thank you.
And I can understand Spanish, but I can't speak it.
You can't? No, because we are connected on Duolingo.
Yeah.
What are you learning on Duolingo?
Spanish.
Just Spanish?
Yeah, just Spanish.
Like, so you've got to be like pretty advanced.
I can do some conversations. Like I can follow, and it's like if someone was speaking broken English.
Mm-hmm.
I can speak broken Spanish to someone. It's a lot of como se dice.
What does that mean? Like, what did you say?
How do you say? And then I say the word, and then in español.
Yeah, that's similar. Like, como dices, how do you say?
Yeah, como se dice messy in español. So, like, you know, like, what's the slang for like a crazy person? Loca. And I'm like, yeah, I think it's different than loca. To be
That's
like
the
a
other
sloppy person.
I do have a French friend, Sophie, and she and I message, and I'll be like, what is this slang? Can I say this slang? Am I too old? She's like, I don't even say that. Like, don't say that.
Yeah.
Like 12-year-old children say that.
Yeah, that's funny.
So I feel like I got a little hookup. This one's not really a question, but Jason LaCory said that we should go back on the road doing sci-fi and horror con shows. And would you be into that? I think you kind of already do that with Casper, though, right?
Yeah, nothing for me. I just go and support him. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, honestly, like, the amount of people who would give a shit.
What?
Just don't add up. The math wouldn't be mathing.
How many horror movies have you been in?
I mean, they're mostly super indie. I would say 30.
That's a lot. If you could find one person who liked each of the films, you'd have 30 people.
See?
That's a lot. Just one.
I do have like 2 that are on lists every year.
Every one of those people has a friend. So now we're at 60.
Look at that.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You would have to be you would have to be as weird as I am to know my movies. Cause like I do like a deep dive. Like I'll see one actress in like a cool 80s horror movie, and then I'll look at what else she's done and watch a couple more of the projects she's done, because I'm like, I like this kind of production, so I'm guaranteed she's done more of that. Okay, I got another question. I got asked this 3 times for us. Have you watched Superman yet?
I have not, because I have a baby, so I don't really watch a whole lot of anything.
Me either, until it's on my TV in my house. Like I've become like quite the homebody. Like I see my friends when I go to LA really. And other than that, I'm in my house. So waiting on things to come out on that movie theater in there. But I'm excited to see it. I love James Gunn. And we were on that sci-fi movie that got shelved. We went and filmed with Diana Terranova. And
Oh, that's right.
yeah, and one of my scenes was with James.
Oh, I totally forgot. That never came out. Oh,
I
that's
would love
weird.
my footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Oh, that's right.
My scene with him, he had like a bird on his shoulder, and like they had someone standing by for if it pooped on him. And it's like I have to lay down on a bed like this, and the camera's here. And I'm like, I feel like I don't want this footage, but I really want this footage. Hey, everybody, I'm doing a scene with James Gunn.
Put it on my reel.
Yeah, put it on.
Put it on there.
They're like, she was doing some neck acting.
Is that your question or my question? What were we even talking about?
The question.
Oh, Superman. Did we sing Superman?
I got it asked by a bunch of people. Wolfman70 asked.
Oh, sorry, guys. I've heard nothing but positive things.
Henry J. Barajas asked. Sorry, I destroyed that name after I just said that I am studying Spanish.
Studying.
You're still I'm a student of.
All works in progress.
Yo estudio.
So hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Our pal Anthony Mark asks, what was your most memorable or challenging acting experience? Was it when you were just laying down?
Yeah, that's it. I know for me, there was a piece I did. There's one that was physically and one that was mentally. The piece I did in the UK that came out over there, there's nothing over here for it. But in the UK, I did a piece where I had a 12-page monologue.
I remember.
And it was like found footage. So I had to hold the camcorder and talk like I was a blogger and show things and talk about a painting, flip it back, show something else, and then talk to the audience. And then I set the camera down and got kind of scared and went through that. Like, it was a ride. And there was a big part of me that was like, what have I done? I said I could do this. And now it's 12 pages. Like, that's like a lot. That's a lot. So they closed off because it was it was made to be almost like a 360 set. And so there's only like a little cracked door in the side where all the crew had to go out and stand out there and watch the monitor. And so I get started and I go and got through everything. And as soon as it was over and I look up and I go, I gotta go. And I click the thing off. And I just looked, I was like, oh my God, was that everything? Did I somehow hit everything? And they came in and he was like, I've never seen anyone do that.
Oh my God.
He said, you didn't miss a beat. And so that was shocking for me. And then Casper had a piece to do after me. And they went and told him, and he's like, shut up. He said, I'm so happy for her. But like now they're saying like no actor has ever done that.
Oh, great.
He's like, you've worked with me. Like, cause this is a director who he did a horror movie with. And he played like the crazy person. And we were over there and they were casting local people to play the victims. And so they were just like, he's like, put Jenny in. She's died in a bunch of horror movies. Like, just throw her in. So like, okay. And so the guy said, watching my death scene in that movie, he was like, I knew I had to work with her.
Wow.
So I got hired off of a 3-minute scene that I did in a movie as a local hire in the British Virgin Islands.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that was fun. But the physical hardest thing I ever did is Tales of Halloween. Because I was dressed as a zombie. I was all in prosthetics and stuff. And they had this rig it was kind of like, it looked like a seesaw. And I'm up. So that I get in and I lock my legs around. It's like a handlebar. Okay. I put my knees around the handlebar and lock my feet to the ground and tighten my thighs. And I'm in a Dorothy costume. They put me up and I'm up about 10 feet and the track runs. So I run for probably 20 seconds, like up and 10
Oh,
feet,
wow.
sliding in the air because I'm like possessed. And I'm going, you know. So they take me up and they didn't clear we start zooming on the path
Oh my God.
and they hit a tree. And the thing goes nuts and swings me around and I slam to a stop. And I was just like, okay, I'm not dead, like, and I look around and they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, you better be glad that I was a cheerleader.
Yeah.
Because these thighs.
Yeah. Got that muscle.
Yeah. I'm going to snap somebody.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So that was the hardest physically. So your turn.
Yeah. I don't have anything like that. I don't need to have strong thighs for my acting jobs. Very weird. So I think I had the most fun doing the Universal spot when I lived in Orlando. It was something like you said, where I went in and I auditioned for something else and ended up not getting it. And then it was a direct booking. They were doing a commercial and they were like, we need someone who's got Tina Fey energy. She's really like carrying the whole piece. And it was just like a direct offer. It was like amazing that I didn't have to read for it at all.
That's so cool. And it was such a good spot.
Thanks. It was so fun. I got to go to Universal for 2 days and here's something really cool. So I play a character who talks about it's Universal season. So there's a season where there are less crowds, the weather is really good. So it's like, come on out. But I had to film a spot in the Harry Potter Wizarding World. And JK is very particular about her brand. And so even though I was not on camera drinking a bottle of water, the bottle of water they had given me wasn't the Gilly water, which is the official water for Harry Potter. So they had to rip the label off my bottle because they couldn't have the talent be seen drinking water that wasn't approved by JK Rowling. So they either had to buy me the Gilly water or like take the label off the Dasani or whatever I was drinking, just in case somebody.
That lady's doing too much.
Well, look, she has black mold poisoning, which is why her brain is crazy now.
Yeah, she'd be doing too much. It's like water is the least of your worries, girl.
The most challenging, I mean, I had to have sex with my brother on Criminal Minds in a bank at gunpoint. So, like that, maybe? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and that was before Game of Thrones.
And that was, so old news, guys. Old news.
Yeah.
And the kid, so I was young. I was like 20 or 21. And this kid was 17. He wasn't 18 yet. So his mom was on set. So his mom is standing like by Video Village just watching. It was like her actual son and I are like rolling around on the bank floor. And it was supposed to be seen in like what CCTV footage or whatever, right? So it's bank footage. It's not like a camera was up in our face. They're like reviewing footage of like, oh, remember children when you had sex with each other? Like, let's bring that up.
Because I remember the interview.
It was very
scene.
weird.
I remember the interview scene where you're like,
where we're all like, oh gosh, the trauma.
We're ashamed of what's happened.
The trauma.
Yeah.
And Mandy Patinkin was like such a star. And I was just staring at him. And then he caught me staring at him and I went like that. Because the camera was on him, but I was just like mesmerized. And then afterwards he's like, hey, can I talk to you? And the guy was playing my brother, can I talk to you kids for a second? And I was like, oh, I'm getting in trouble. Because I was just staring at him. He was like, thank you guys for taking this job so seriously. Like you were really in the moment. And when I looked at you, you looked scared. It's like, yes, I was scared. I was genuinely scared because I was just staring unabashedly at, Inigo Montoya. So, yeah. But it was challenging to have sex with my brother.
So I have a question for Michelle. Has there ever been a time that Jenny almost got you arrested?
Every time. Every time. I mean, that we almost got arrested.
Yeah, like you had the fear, like, oh my
I
gosh.
feel like more murdered was the fear
Yeah.
than arrested. But that's all. I mean, both of them sound right. What about you? Like, can you think of a specific time?
Several. I remember getting turned away at that brunch spot on La Cienega. I forget what it's called. It was like a big happy hour place, and then it was a bar at night, and they had, but because I had done a lot of edibles and had a vodka drinking contest with Kristen that night. And when we went to go in that bar, they said, she can't come in here. She looks like she's going to die.
It was hilarious and horrible. But I remember, yeah, this was okay. This is like our last stop because we had kind of been bar hopping and like club hopping and going around, and it was a blast and so much vodka. And I remember we walked up to the bouncer and he was like, you guys can't come in here. Your friend looks like she's dying. And I was like, she's fine. And I looked over and you were peeing in the street. And I was like, okay, never mind. We will go home. Like,
which, by the way, this is the thing. For my logic, I was peeing, but I had kind of like tried to get it to come out the side of my shorts without taking my shorts off, because I knew if I took the shorts down, that's public indecency.
then we would be in jail.
And you can get like a sex offender charge for that. So I'm like, well, I guess I just have to do it this way. Drunk logic.
Drunk logic. So Carrick's Quivellart. Carrick's Quivellart. Sorry, I'm sure that's not correct. I remember seeing an interview with Jenny where she talked about meeting Lynda Carter, and Lynda said that Jenny looked just like her. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, she called me a little narcissist. She said, okay, you little narcissist, you look just like me. I was like, what? And like a tear started to come out, and I was like, whoa. She could tell it like made my life. So she's like, sit down. And so she signed my thing, and we sat and talked. And it wasn't one of those things. She had me come and sit on her side of the table in a chair by her instead of just the across the table thing. So I got to go around and sit with her, and she wanted to talk about science. And Joe is the one who set it up for me to meet her, Joe Fitzrick.
Oh, no way. Yeah, that's right. That is right. I do remember that.
Yeah. So like he's forever on my list as a person I love for eternity, because he made that happen at a time when, like I did not have any money. I was like making ends meet. And he like took me there to that event and bought me the CD so that I could get it signed by her.
That's so cool.
Because it was such a like small event at the Grove. It was a very intimate event. We were all in this one room. I think it was at the Barnes and Noble. But we were all in this one room in a queue. And it was like an invite only, and you had to like pre-register and get the CD. So he did that for me. It was so cool. She did a performance, and I was front row because he lived next door to the Grove at the time. So we got there early and we stood in line. So I was front row for her concert and like one of the first people to get to meet her. And she still took that time. It was really cool.
Oh my gosh. They say don't meet your idols, but are you like, no. Sometimes it's fine.
Sometimes it's great. Like I met her, and then like I really loved Nathan Fillion from A Million Things, Captain Hammer, Captain Maul. Like he's all the captains. And he was really great. Like I'm the person who I've never had a bad experience meeting someone that I liked. I don't know if that's because like autistic people have like a radar for people being genuine. Like it has been said that that's kind of the autistic superpower.
That's cool.
And it kind of like got confirmed for me because all those years that I thought a certain celebrity was snotty. And I said, there's something snotty. I can't watch her. Like she really bothers me. And then I worked on a project she was on, and she was like the worst person ever.
It's like, this is just such a good one. And I want to know your answer. Our friend Maria Guilieri. What is one industry secret that everyone should know?
For me, like what I wish I would have known coming in is how much of it is about connections.
That's a good one.
So there's kind of like the red rope, and it's almost impossible to get on the other side of it unless
Yeah.
somebody's already over there who you're their number one person. Number one. Like it's like the little bit of success that I have, when I get a project, a lot of people get confused of like why I didn't bring other people. And I'm like, I barely got in. like the amount of persistence it took to get a resume.
Yes.
Yeah, like people have like this idea that I'm sure it could have been that way in like the 1950s, that you go to a diner and you're drinking a milkshake and you get discovered. Like it's not like that anymore.
Now
It's just,
you get discovered on TikTok.
yeah. Well, like I was saying anymore, like I'm talking about like in the 2000s
No,
when I
I
was
got you.
doing it, like I did casting workshops.
Oh, yeah.
I worked as an assistant for a casting agency. I did some production assistant work. I
Mm-hmm.
went and I worked for an art department. I went and I worked for the camera department. I did stand-in work. I did background. Whatever I could do to learn more about being on set and being a cog in the wheel of this machine, I did it. And it's being persistent in that pursuit of knowledge about the
Yes.
business you want to be in from all aspects. Even catering, girl.
Oh,
Like,
God. Yeah, we've done catering jobs.
yeah, like I'm not above any of it. So it's
No.
like it's going in without that entitlement. If you aren't somebody's daughter or somebody's son, you know, or somebody's cousin, if you don't have that kind of connection, it's going in being really super ready to work hard for a long time
Yeah, for sure.
and
Um,
be poor.
and yeah, just you have to really like being poor. Even like who was it? Hilary Swank won an Oscar and then went to the pharmacy and couldn't afford her medication. She's like, I won an Oscar 24 hours ago and I can't get antibiotics.
Yeah, like
Cool.
people think we're all rich. It's like it's a very small amount of actors who are actually surviving.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if my answer sounds, I don't know, negative. It's not supposed to, but like everything's fake. And I don't mean that in a bad way, just I used to do stand-in work on it was a popular TV show with like a younger demographic. And so the actors that were in it were all early 20s because they were at college. And I was the stand-in for the lead. And she had just got signed to UTA, and I think there was some bickering amongst some of the like how it is when you're young. And so, how many scenes she just wouldn't show up when it was coverage for the other people, and they would all be acting to me
Yeah.
because I'm not on camera. She's not on
Yeah.
camera. Uh, and it's like, oh, yeah, like they're not always looking at each other. Like in the close up of that, like one time I was a hand double on a crime show and I'm like scrubbing the gun for like residue from the bullet. And it's like, that's not the actress's hand. That's my hand.
That's my hand.
You know, all those little things. So you're like, that's not real. That's not real. That's not real. And that's movie magic. I'm not saying it to, I don't know, to be negative. I'm just saying you would be surprised if you pull like the curtain away, how many things are, oh, that's not how I thought it was really.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And also like another thing I'll say about it is a lot of people wouldn't take acting classes
Mm.
because they just wanted experience on set. And for me, my classes that I took, like at Groundlings, at Stuart K. Robinson, with Gary Dubin, like we just would workshop getting past that feeling of nerves. You know what I mean? Because so many people, they want their shot, they want their shot. The camera turns on, and they're like, it's a weird feeling that people can't appreciate unless they've had it, where they've booked
Yeah.
a job, they stood there, go, and everybody's standing around looking at you. Like, no matter how much comedy we did, no matter how many big audiences we played, like it's a different feeling to have that camera in your face and to know it's dependent on you to get this right before we can move on.
Yeah. And so you've got people that are holding equipment. You've got people that are, we got to turn around. We got to get to lunch. We got to do this. We need to get home to our families. We're running into overtime, golden time. So if you don't say your line right,
Yeah.
there's a room full of people that are
Yeah,
going to be
and they
pissed at
get
you.
very angry. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
It's funny, yeah. I know, like, also whenever I would do nudity, it was like that extra
Mm,
added thing where I really wanted to get everything correct every time so that I could put my top on.
right.
It's not that I didn't like the way I looked or whatever. It's just it's different because like when I did True Blood, the guys came up to me and they thought it would be like this big compliment because after my scene, it was raining for my scene. So getting from the rain hitting me to getting in the hot tub, it felt like needles
Oh
on my
God.
feet. It was like
Yes.
really like shocking and it hurt, but I was like, whatever, I'm doing this. I'm going to do it sexy
Mm-hmm,
still.
mm-hmm.
So I got through it and a guy came up to me and he goes, "Hey, I just want you to know the monitor there, it's usually empty. But even in this rain, when you were doing your scene, almost every guy was huddled around that monitor." And I'm like this, okay.
Neat.
Oh, everybody ready to see your tits. Like, it's like, okay, thank you.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. It's like, you just let me know everybody's a pervert. Good. Great.
There's your other secret. Not really a secret. Everybody's a pervert. I'm a
Yeah.
pervert. You're a pervert. You
You're
pee
a
on the
pervert.
street.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
And
my
I will
gosh.
also say, I had like a rule that I accidentally would break all the time is if I booked a primetime show, like a big show, I was like, I don't eat that morning. I don't
Mm,
eat. I don't want to feel bloated. I don't want to be digesting. I want everything to be just like super clear. I want to be on a
mm,
fasted brain and feel like I'm in cellular reproduction. Like I want to be really present. And then like I would get to set and it's like hurry up and wait.
yes.
So a lot of times I would like go and I'll be like, okay, well, I'll have one carrot. And then by the time you go, sometimes you're like, do I have things in my teeth? Oh my God. And it just gets so in my head. So like
Mm,
I am a big believer in fasting like once a month for a longer period than you usually do, just to kind of have your body in that place. Because if I'm ever on set, I like to fast.
yeah.
That's when I do the best.
And I fast when I'm sleeping. So nailed it. We have too many questions. We're gonna end on one that kind of ties into what we just did, talking about set. Kelly Zanter was one of my bridesmaids. Who actually do you remember? One of my very favorite Kelly stories is when at the wedding, you both were bridesmaids. It was outside at the botanical gardens, and the spider came down from a tree, and she snatched it out of the air and like shoved it in her bouquet, and just like carry on, everyone. I had
Yeah.
no clue, but she
Yeah.
was just like a stealth ninja
Gotcha. Yeah.
spider
She's
catcher.
funny.
She's amazing. What was your favorite show to do background work for? Do you have a favorite show? I have like the dumbest answer.
I have two that I was sitting here going back and forth on. There's a weird thing. Hank Azaria did a show where he was playing an agent and like a sports agent or whatever.
Yeah,
And I just am such a big fan of his
same.
that the scene like the timing was like I was like a hot girl in a hot girl group. I think it was me and Tawny. And we cling our glasses and we go and then it zooms past us and he starts his dialogue.
Hmm.
So it was like timing a scene with him over and over again of us cling and then doing our girl laugh. Like we're having so much fun. And with Tawny, she was just so funny because she would go, they would say set and she'd go, hey, I farted. And there we go, cling. And I'm like, you're going to make me like do like a hyena laugh. Like this is not going to be like cute bar girls. I'm going to be like screaming.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And my thing
So
is like,
that was good. Yeah.
oh my gosh, yeah, yeah. So anytime we got to work together, perfect. Anytime you knew people, and the more you did background, the more be like, oh, that person's fun. I'll hang out with them today or whatever. But I would say any set that had good craft service.
CSI New York.
And then any
CSI New York was legendary for their crafty. Like everybody talked about it.
So what made them so legendary?
Their catering guy, like they had like such a great budget for that because of Gary Sinise. And Gary Sinise, I think he would go back and forth being vegan sometimes. So it was a lot of that. And like anybody who was doing background in that time talked about CSI New York. They would have like this spread inside, and then they would have like a hot food thing sizzling outside like all the time. You'd be like, hey, can I get a vegan grilled cheese? Hell yeah. You know, like they had everything. It was so great. And I remember I was working either as a stand-in or something where you're on like the higher thing, and I got to go on the truck. I was like,
when you get to go on the truck,
I'm on the truck. You know, like,
it's different.
And that's where like everything is just so beautiful. It's all just like every cereal you could imagine, every kind of bread you could imagine.
Yeah.
It's just great. Yeah. So that's a good point. Catering. Yeah.
Catering's good. And any place that didn't treat you like a cockroach, because some sets just saw background like garbage people, and they did. I mean, allegedly, I guess I never went down to a prison and looked. When you get out of prison, there's like a job board. So like, here are some things you could do now that you're out of prison that they will hire you. Like you don't have to worry about it. And one of it was to sign up for Central Casting as a non-union background performer. And so I think a lot of people thought, oh, people can come off the streets and anybody can do this, and you know, thought we were just beneath everybody. And then once you turned union, you got it a little bit better, which I remember being so outraged by. I'm like, I'm the same person. I'm not like a better person now than I was a week ago when I was non-union. But
and we actually met doing background on the Adam Sandler Click movie.
Yep.
So they had hired 4 of us to be cocktail servers at his daughter's wedding. So we're like doing cocktail passes back and forth. And I remember like I got called in and they said, okay, so everybody from here over can go. You're wrapped. These are the people for the martini shot, the last shot of the day. And I was in the martini and I just like watched everybody leave. And I thought, oh my gosh, that girl, I met her, Michelle. What if we never see each other? I want to talk to her. Like I was devastated and I was in there like, how am I going to find her? Like, and so I wrapped and I went to my chair and there was a little note from you with your phone number and, you know, see you soon. And I was like, oh my God. And I still have it to this day.
Love that.
I've held on to it. It was such a big shift for me. And you know, when you can kind of feel like things are a big shift, you're like, oh, this is going to be a core memory for me. And it was. It like changed the trajectory of my time in LA.
Yeah. Same. I remember calling in to do background on that. And they had booked all the parts. They only had 4 spots and they had booked them all. And then I called back and they said, somebody had to cancel or whatever. So like they opened up another spot and I got it. Yeah. So I really feel like, and when I booked it, I thought, I feel like it was really important that I got this job. Like I remember thinking that thought. Yeah, I just got chills. Like how many, we booked background every day. I didn't think every single day, oh, it's so important that I am corpse number 47. Like,
yeah.
No, but this one I was like, oh, this is good. This is a good thing.
It was really special. And then there were days that you booked something and you were like, oh man, here we go. Like I booked, like you just said, Dead Body, and it made me think of that. I booked something with, I can't remember which crime show it was. It was one of the Criminal Minds. It was Criminal Minds. So I booked something where we go in and it's the POV. It's a serial rapist murderer who videos his victims.
Neat.
So us girls had to go into a garage in lingerie. The 4 of us lined up and take turns. And I went first. I'm like, okay, don't worry. I'll do it. It's fine. And him choking you and you going, and fighting and smacking him. And like it's videoing you and you're down on the garage and he's smacking you and then cut. And then the next one had to go. And then we all had to go get dead body photos. And like mine was in a bathtub hungover. I was a sorority girl. But it was this like moment of, I don't know. Like that kind of stuff is not like traumatizing to me because I do horror movies.
Sure.
But I could tell a couple of these girls, they were doing it because it was, one of them was doing it on a SAG voucher. And at the time I was union, but she was getting a SAG voucher or whatever. Because she was like the youngest one of us. And I think, you know, it's kind of hard to get somebody to play a teenager being raped.
Sure. I wouldn't want to do it.
Raped, however you want. I know you're not supposed to say that word on social media, but but yeah, I could just see she was having a hard time with it. And there were times like, because we were tenured in the background thing, like we did it a little too long. You know, like I was booking prime TV and then I would go and do background. And there was one time that the director, one of my directors from something, was the director on the episode. So I was avoiding being on set. I'm like, I don't want him. I don't want him to see me as a background person when I've worked as an actor for him. Like,
yeah,
really, you know, so like that. But as an elder background person, as you were going up, like somebody with a little bit more under your belt, it was a lot of answering questions for the younger or the newer ones.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of like good and bad at the same time. It was exhausting when that would happen, but it was also nice to kind of help someone navigate because I didn't have a lot of help when I started. I had to do so much groundwork for myself, interning and stuff. So I was happy to help somebody because I'm like, look, I know what it's like. Like I came here from Tennessee, didn't know a soul. And the thing that saved me was finding my tribe.
Yeah.
You know, like you and Chris and Chandler and Olivier, like having that family. Like it's so silly to start to get emotional about it.
No,
but to have like that family. Yeah, we had a little family.
We do.
So
Totally
we would
did.
do Thanksgiving together. We would meet for the big things.
Yeah.
We would celebrate each other's wins. And when one of us would be low, we're like, let's go dancing. You know, like
let's go to Disney.
We had that. Mm-hmm. We had that. And that really, like finding your people is so important out in LA.
Oh, big time. Big time.
That was also Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel was fun. Yeah. But we weren't background on that.
We didn't get background.
Yeah.
The only other background thing that I wanted to point out was because I'm a theater kid, I love doing anything with a live taping. So a lot of like Nickelodeon, like kid shows, like oh gosh, I didn't watch it because I was too old, but to do 18 to look younger was fun too. Mm-hmm. I like doing that. Wizards of Waverly Place, is that what it was with Selena Gomez? And by the way, like I didn't know her, I didn't talk to her, but every time I saw her on set, she was always so nice.
Yeah,
and kind to everybody and like authentic.
Kiki Palmer was cool like that too on one of those kids shows.
Yeah, Raven-Symoné was always, she was like an old soul because she'd been in the business, you know, since she was a baby basically. And she always like knew, I don't know, she just knew how to talk to the audience. She knew how to hold herself. She was just cool. I really liked her.
Yeah.
I liked being on her show.
That was a good batch of, some of the Nickelodeon kids were really good.
Thank you for asking questions. We did not get to them all. We'll have to do a part 2. Follow us, please. The Super Wonderful Podcast on Instagram. We're on YouTube. And we're hanging out in the world. Don't find me at my house, though.
Don't find me at my house. Oh, my God.
Yeah. And that's it. I love you.
I love you.
Right. Have a super wonderful day.
Love you. Bye.